shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown town streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. City so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown town streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. City so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown town streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so...
Good morning, Frederick. Today is Thursday, July 18th, and I'm your host, Dani Gurry. All right, we are getting down to the wire. I have, I think, until Monday to get my last 25 pairs of shoes. Now, I found a place with adorable boots on clearance. Just $4. I'm going to show you. How cute are these little boots? All right, I got two print color, a print and the black here. $4. So I just need $100 in donations. I have them in my cart right now, so somebody else doesn't buy them. $100 gets me 25 pairs of very cute boots. So if you can donate, please do. And I'd be very appreciative. And that will wrap up my Souls of Love 200 pair goal for this year. Now, Julie Gaver's goal is 5,000 pairs of shoes. But I know many of us have stepped up what we typically collect. Last year I did 100 and some pairs of shoes. So I appreciate all the support and the help and the donations. Even if you can throw $10 to Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Zelle, I would be so appreciative. And if for some reason I get more than $100, of course I'm going to order more shoes because I'm just like that, right? It's all about the competition. But there was a kid last year, I think it was last year, 600 pairs of shoes. So I'm not even close to being amongst the top. But just wanted to get that goal this year for Julie. So appreciate all your help. And with 568 subscribers on YouTube, thank you to whomever joined yesterday, plus hundreds who watch each day on Facebook. I know we can get there. You can help me, and we shall celebrate together. Or you can do this. You can get into the shop at 401 North Market Street, the home of everything Frederick. And you can do that today, starting around 11 through Sunday. Grab your Good Morning Frederick swag, because we got t-shirts, hats, travel mugs. The travel mugs are kind of cool. It's my show and tell today, okay? Travel mug, kind of cool. It's got the Good Morning... Oh, God, my husband's going to freak out. Thank God that didn't have anything in it. All right. That's the day I'm having already. Anyway, see, I'm willing to break the computer and everything else just to show you. $20 for the travel mug, but all the proceeds from those sales I utilize to help raise funds for all these organizations like Souls of Love, United Way, Boys and Girls Club, Pulling for Veterans, and more. So when you buy the Good Morning Frederick swag, you are literally giving back to your Frederick community, and I appreciate it very much. On today's show, let's take a trip to a lovely vacation rental in Corolla, North Carolina with Andrew and David. And I visit Warrior Canine Connection. Oh, warning. They need puppy parents, and oh, gracious, I'm so glad they didn't have little pups when I was there. Chris Michaels and Bob Miller join me from WFMD's Morning News Express for your local news, weather, and sports. Plus, as always, I've got your giveaways and all the events for this week, what's left of it, and the weekend, plus early next week as well, and stuff for you to put on your calendar and make a note of. So let's get this whole thing started today. All right, I got to tell you something after we go over our great sponsor, We Help You Move. Whether you're moving across the street or across the country, Nicholas and his team of moving experts can make the whole thing much easier. And moving is stressful and terrible, and it's probably one of the worst things you have to do as a human being. Oh, gosh, I don't think I will ever move again. And if I do, though, because I did use Nick and his team to move into the home we're in now, I will definitely call them, and I'm actually going to have them do the packing. The packing is horrible, putting everything together, and actually Nick will give you some great tips on how to declutter and not take the stuff with you that you don't need. And like Bob said yesterday, when you look at something, you think, would I move that if I was going somewhere else? And Nick can help you with that. WeHelpYouMove.com for all the details. Now, I'm laughing because, so yesterday, well, let's see, I think the guys are on. Let's bring them on. Well, Chris is on. I don't see Bob yet. We'll bring Chris on because I do have to tell a funny story, and I think they'll appreciate this. Let's bring on Chris and Bob. Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Hey, man, I just made it by the skin of my teeth.
It's all good. It's all good. So here's a funny story, and I thought you guys would appreciate this. So I waited until you guys hopped on. So yesterday, I typically do not go to the doctors unless something hurts, unless I'm in pain, unless something's, not feeling right? And yesterday, I went to Mid-Atlantic Chiropractic. Never been to a chiropractor before to get Dr. Rashidian. Wonderful. I've interviewed him, and he very graciously offered me a free evaluation, right? And that process is pretty intense. So I want you guys to try this later after we're off here. He had me, they test your balance and so he can figure out, like, are you out of alignment? I mean, I got x-rays, I got this computer thing on my back, and I get my results today. So I'll update you guys on how it all went. But he had me try to walk heel to toe, 4 steps with my eyes closed. Now, I cannot tell you, I am not very coordinated anymore, right? But I literally could not take 2 steps. I don't know what it is. I can kind of do it with my eyes open, not great or gracefully. But it was unbelievable how out of balance my body is. And he asked me, do you typically drop things? And I'm like, no. And I just literally was showing this cup, and it went flying out of my hands onto my keyboard. And I'm thinking, well, if he's watching, he's going to say I'm a liar because, yeah. Unbelievable. Have you been to chiropractor before?
Well, let me say this. To me, it sounds like the test you had to do something I had to do when I was younger, and I got pulled over by the police.
Well,
Because
what
I
he
was
told,
so
I said the same
rushed.
thing. Not that I've ever been pulled over for
Me
that.
neither.
Knock
Me neither.
wood.
Me neither. Me neither.
But they do the sobriety test with your eyes open, not
Right.
closed.
Right.
I'm telling you, closed is a whole different world. It's unreal.
You just have to do this when that happens and try it again. You're like, put one foot in front of the other.
I should have been singing.
Yeah, I don't know if I think I could do that. Out of a line. I know I am out of a line. I know that for a fact. And I don't know if I can show you here, but if I'm laying down and my feet are out, right, the right side of my foot, and I don't know which one this is. It's reversed on the camera, so my foot would lay like that.
Yeah.
It would just lay on. It lays to the side. It's just how I've always been. Now, it's interesting that there is a book that Nicholas Walker turned me on to. It's called Living Pain Free by a guy by the name of Pete Egoscue, and he said that Nicholas, the sponsor of the program here, Good Morning Frederick, said that he started doing the exercises in that book, and it's made him a lot stronger. And I asked the guy that I used to work out with, Kip Jawish, and I said, have you ever heard of this guy? And he goes, I got the box, the Pete Egoscue box, where you lay on it on your back, and I've done it numerous times. Yeah. And you lay on it, and you align yourself back up with it. I haven't been able to do that in a while. I need to do that because I know I am out of a line.
Oh, I can tell you. And it's also funny. And I told you guys the other day, I have not ever very often suffered back pain. And of course, right before I'm going. And so I tell him that. And he asked me also, do you get a lot of headaches? And I'm like, not really. I have a headache this morning. I'm like, what is going on? This is why I don't go to the doctor, because then everything seems to want to fall apart. But I'll have to see what he recommends I need to do, because I guarantee I'm out. I mean, my shoulders, the tension, it's painful, like right here. And I stand because I thought it was better, but my back's not straight enough. Apparently, your ears are supposed to be over your shoulders.
Your ears?
I'm all out of whack. So
yeah. Well, I went to the doctor yesterday too, and she sat there and she goes, "So what's going on?" And I'm like, I don't know. She goes, "Well, I haven't got your blood work yet." And she says, "Am I going to like what I see?" And I just looked at her and I said, "Probably not." And,
her bank account will like it because you're going to have to keep going back.
Right. And so, and she's like, "Okay, so what's going on?" And I got a few ticks and ailments or whatever. And she says, "Well, when I get your blood work, might have to have another conversation." And I'm like, "Well, that's up to you." And she goes, "Are you staying away from sugar?" And I'm like, "Well, it depends on what do you mean staying away from. Does that mean ice cream?" And I said, "Or that big bottle of Mountain Dew that I have in my car?" And she just looks at me and I'm like, "I'm only kidding." No, I'm not.
I for 41 years old, I have tons of issues. I'm on tons of medication, back problems, and this and that, the other thing. And my wife accompanied me to the doctor, and the doctor asked me the same question: "Are you staying away from sugar or sweet things?" And I turned around and I said, "Well, my wife here is sweeter than any type of cookie, so no, I haven't been staying away from sweet things."
Yeah.
That got me brownie points, Bob. Well, that got me brownie points because I make fun of her a lot on the air, and she's pretty upset about that, as Bob well knows. So that got me some brownie points.
Well, I will say one good thing, and it's probably all muscle because I haven't been working out, but I have lost weight. So
nice.
I am 2 pounds heavier than my lightest in the last 7 years. So I'm pretty happy about that, but I'm still fat.
Same. I'm actually at my high school weight right now. So
man.
That part's good, but if I can't get this stuff fixed out. So I'll update everybody tomorrow on how my appointment goes today. He said, we're going to meet to see if we can help you. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, if he says he can't help me, I don't know what's going to happen.
Well, we get you one of those racks, where they put that thing around your head and you just start cranking it and cranking it and cranking it.
There are many times I'm so tense that I think, it would feel so good to just be like, held up by my head and just feel the weight click. I know it's going to be awesome. And I know I'm going to need to go back time and time again. So there you go.
my wife, I took her to a chiropractor in Thurmont, right? And I'll never forget this. So the chiropractor is looking at her, and she's tense and everything like that. So he goes up to my wife and literally takes his hand and twists her neck. And you hear the biggest pop. And I've never been so scared. And I mean, obviously, he knows what he's doing, but he literally, I'm just saying, just literally twists her neck.
You've watched
and I'm like,
too many movies where that's like the end.
Apparently so. But Dani, have you ever seen anybody actually do that, or have you had that done to you?
Oh, I watched the TikToks, let me just tell you, and listen to the satisfying cracks on all. I watch a guy who does it to dogs.
Yeah, I've seen that in the dog show.
The dogs and their faces, yeah. And my husband said after he gets his back cracked, he always just laughs. Like there's like this release of something. But yeah, I hope he does do that because I know it's probably going to make me feel a lot better. But yeah,
I would suggest you go to a licensed chiropractor instead of like a 112-pound geisha girl to walk on your back. You don't want to do that. That's no.
Stay away from those.
You got to get the professionals to snap, crackle, and pop you.
Yes.
Yeah. Not only that, but when you do things like that, it doesn't make your spouse happy.
No.
When you go to places like that.
No.
Not that that's happened to me, but I'm just
No. That's a whole nother show right there.
Yes.
All right, Chris. Anything good happening in local news, or are we on the not so terrible news train today?
Well, you know what? I feel bad since you're having a heck of a morning dropping things. We're not going to do bad news today, Dani. We're going to do not bad news. We'll put it like that. Not bad news. Okay, we'll just call it that. And actually, this is actually pretty interesting. Possessing, carrying, wearing, or brandishing BB guns, air guns, replica firearms, and other similar weapons would be prohibited under an amendment to Frederick City's municipal code being considered by the Board of Aldermen. During a presentation on Wednesday, Sergeant Michael Murphy with the Frederick Police said that these types of weapons have been used in crimes in the city, and officers can't do much to an individual who is caught with one of these guns on their person. Police can only make arrests if that person fires the weapon, brandishing, possessing, concealing the sale and transfer specifically to minors, and removing safety devices on any toy weapons to make them look like real firearms are a great concern from a public safety standpoint. So we felt it was important to address, he said. The proposed amendment says a person may not wear, carry, or transport an air gun, airsoft gun, BB gun, or imitation firearm, paintball gun, pellet gun, replica gun, you get the picture, or similar weapons in a public place. Individuals may not fire these guns in the city or display or brandish these weapons. Now, we're always talking about, the big debates always is, do you ever, should you carry guns and this, that, the other thing. Now, we're going to have to debate if you can carry BB guns. Love to hear your opinion.
My feeling is this. I don't think they need this ordinance. I think it's dumb. But my feeling is this. If you're out and you brandish one, shoot one, point one at somebody with malicious intent, and you get shot, there's no blame on the police. Period.
Right.
Well, and I think the issue would be, police shooting a kid with an airsoft gun or a BB gun, something like that looks like it's a 9mm, and then what you get is the cop shot a kid.
Absolutely.
Well, the kid was pointing the gun, and I can't tell what kind of a gun it is.
Right, that's what I'm saying. If the police see somebody, and that the situation is such that they think harm is being done, because what they do is they take off the bright fluorescent orange coloring that indicates it's a toy. They change them and all of that. Then seriously, it's not the police's fault.
And when you're a law enforcement officer, you have to make a split decision.
A millisecond.
Yeah. So if somebody's pointing a gun at you, you're not going to have time to say, "Hey, hold on, let me check out that gun before you shoot me, just to see if it's real or fake."
Right.
Exactly. So I couldn't agree with you more.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, we'd love to have opinions of the viewers of your show. Please let us know. To me, we do this because we want to hear what everybody else thinks, and we'd love your opinion on that.
Yeah.
some money for transportation projects is coming to Frederick County during its monthly meeting on Wednesday. The National Capital Region Transportation Planning Board approved nearly $10 million for projects across the Washington metro region, including 530 for 2 projects in Frederick County. There's a $330,718 for school pedestrian corridor sidewalk safety in Brunswick. The funds will be used to complete design work for sidewalks on H Street, which, some of these sidewalks, man, you got to be careful. You can really trip and hurt yourself.
Yeah.
TPB says recent surveys revealed a large number of near misses between pedestrians and motor vehicles in Brunswick. The city's population is growing, and its comprehensive plan calls for filling the sidewalk gaps. And we were talking about growing in Frederick County. Brunswick is one of those places that's growing substantially, and again, they're going to need more transportation from like transit, Frederick County, and stuff like that. Same thing as we said, Thurmont.
It's not like what we used to call Brunswick.
What was that?
Never mind.
Oh, okay.
He can't say it. He can't say it. I mean, you could say it because we're not monitored by the FCC. But
I got you. Yeah, still it's a family show. So
yes, it is. It is a family show. Yeah.
And me and Bob, we're family people. So
you have a reputation to uphold.
Maybe you do.
Yeah, I would say we lost our reputation. At least I lost mine a long time ago. So let's see here. Right. Let's. One more thing. This is Fort Detrick news. Colonel Ned B. Marsh will relinquish command of the U.S. Army garrison at Fort Detrick to Colonel Christopher M. Chung on July 23rd, 2024, during a ceremony in Fort Detrick. At the auditorium located at 1520 Freedman Drive at 9 a.m. A native of Virginia, Colonel Chung is a U.S. Army aviation officer. He graduated from the United States Military Academy at West Point and received his commission in 2000. He holds a Bachelor of Science in Spanish, Portuguese, a Master of Arts in Human Resource Management, and Master of Arts in Strategic Studies. Wow. That's pretty darn good.
Smart guy.
Yeah, telling me. So that's great news for that. And we are going to take a look at. Oh, by the way, one of the cool things. I used to live next to Fort Detrick, so every morning you'll hear the Fort Detrick sounds, and at night you hear taps, which is really cool. So.
Yeah, reveille. That yeah.
Take a look at weather. A shower is possible early today. Mix of clouds and sun during the morning will give way to cloudy skies this afternoon. High near 88. Tonight, some passing clouds, low 66. Tomorrow, it'll be generally sunny despite a few afternoon clouds, high 88. And tomorrow night, partly cloudy early with increasing clouds. I don't know about you, but did you guys get rain in Frederick yesterday? Because we finally got it over where I live in Carroll County.
Yeah, we did.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, Bob.
Well, not a whole lot in sports. Obviously, the Major League All-Star Game is, everybody's getting ready to go back, and that will start up pretty soon. But over across the pond at the Royal Troon Golf Course in Troon, Scotland, we have the Open Championship, which started off today. Justin Thomas from America is leading the way. He has actually finished for the day. He shot a final round 68, 3 under for today. Alex Noren, Nicola Heigard, Justin Rose, Russell Henley, Adam Scott lead the leaderboard. Now we've got a lot of players yet to have complete their rounds. Some of the more notable ones here, of course, Zach Johnson, Stuart Sink, of course, Jordan Spieth, and others are going to still make the trip for Brooks Koepka. Tiger Woods doesn't start for a little bit later on. Probably getting ready to start here in just a couple minutes. So the Open Championship, it's a completely different ball game over there in Scotland. And that's sometimes why it's a little bit hard for U.S. players because they're not used to those kind of golf courses. So
yeah, isn't it really like, and the weather is usually crazy and
windy. They have a lot of tall fescue grass and a lot of really deep bunkers. That's just kind of how they are. WNBA from yesterday, the only game a lot of people wanted in the Caitlin Clark League. Dallas defeated Indiana by a score of 101-93.
There you go.
I I love how Bob does his Thurston Howe the Third impersonation when he reads that stuff. Sounds just like him.
Oh, thank you, Lovey.
Did you just call me Lovey?
I did. Lovey. That's,
Thurston.
Thurston Howe.
Me and Bob are coming up soon. A year I've been with Free Talk 930 WFMD, so it'll be a year anniversary for me and Bob. So,
how sweet. What day is it? I need to mark it on my calendar.
I'm hoping that he'll take me out for a nice dinner maybe to celebrate.
Yeah, don't bet on it. Yeah.
I'll have to mark that down as the show anniversary.
Dani,
I mean, the one you really have to worry about is my birthday, for goodness sake. I'm expecting the package in the mail soon.
Yeah.
And Dani, if you haven't noticed, I didn't tell you the exact date for anniversary of me and Bob, because if I do, my wife will kill me because I always forget ours. So she's watching.
You do not.
No, I do not. Yeah, no.
No, you do not. All right, gentlemen. Have a wonderful Thursday. Chris, will you be at the Fitzy The Edge opening this afternoon?
No, but I will be at Touch a Truck at Adventure Park Friday, broadcasting live.
I've been talking about that, and I will try to stop by. I have like a 4 o'clock, but right after I'm going to come by because I hear it's going to be a great event.
And I want to
always is.
I want to head back to the Everything Frederick for Less and Less store over here downtown. I've been there once for the opening. I haven't gotten a chance to get over there yet, but I want to check it out. Also on Saturday for Veterans Appreciation Day, I'll be broadcasting live over at Himes Road. It's going to be tons of fun again for our wonderful veterans. We love them, and thank God for our veterans. God bless them.
Absolutely. Well, that is on our Everything Frederick calendar that I go over every day on the show. So yes, I think that's a great event. And but I will see you guys tomorrow morning to wrap up the week.
Thank you.
Take care,
Have
Dani.
a great day.
Right.
See you guys. All right. Oh boy, Lord of mercy. All right, let's talk about what we have to give you. We have some great giveaways. We've got those weekly giveaways, 5 Maryland Lottery scratch-offs. We got the Tree Trekkers 3-hour adventure ticket, and then we have 4 tickets to any regular season Keys game. You just have to text. You can text 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And we choose the winners, or I choose the winners every Friday afternoon. So text now, then you get in, and you'll check your texts on Friday to see if you won. Very simple. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Then it's off to the Salty Seahorse on Corolla Beach, and you'll meet Darrell, a 4-legged volunteer with Warrior Canine Connections. That is coming up right after this.
Elevate your next party with Dreamscape Slumber Events. Over 12 themes and customization available for kids, teens, and adults to enjoy. Don't have the space? We have solutions for that too. Search Dreamscape Slumber Events on Facebook.
The Crab Shop is open. Join Habitat for Humanity of Frederick County, Maryland for the 9th annual Blue Crabs and Blueprints celebration on Saturday, August 24th at the Walkersville Carnival Grounds. This family-friendly day includes crabs from JB Seafood, food trucks, live music, and yard games. This fun-filled day supports Habitat's home repair and home build programs, making a difference year-round right here in Frederick County. Crabs must be pre-ordered by August 19th, so don't delay. Get your crabs now for this Maryland-style crab feed.
Dream Free Art, Frederick's first and only splatter room. New location, new beginner-friendly artful shenanigans for all ages. Come sling paint and make a masterpiece in Dream Free Art's splatter room, or join us for a fun and unique art experience. Book your next birthday party, corporate event, date night, or family outing at dreamfreeart.com to unleash your inner artist today. Dream Free Art. Free your creativity.
Well, we got to talk about what is happening in Frederick. Happening in Frederick is sponsored by Taco Bar. It's Birria Thursday at Taco Bar. West Point Plaza on Route 40, between 40 and alternate 40. Birria is slow-cooked shredded beef served in a variety of ways. The most common one is on tacos with melted cheese, and you got to get the consommé. That's the juice it's the broth from the birria juices, and oh, it's so good. You dip your taco in, take a bite. You can get queso birria, birria tacos, pizza birria, torta birria, and birria fries, and more. Put the birria on anything and everything. Remember, special is only available on Thursdays at Taco Bar. And you can check out tacobar1.com. All right, if you want to know what is happening in Frederick, you got to pull up the calendar, which I don't have, so I have to check my tabs here. All right, let's get this. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, this is the end of the week for you right here. All right, I got to pull up my calendar. All right, here we go. Good gracious. This is where we are today, people. All right. Now, you can check out the calendar anytime if you just go to promocircus.com, click on Everything Frederick Live. That is the name of the channel on YouTube. And then we're going to click the agenda so that we can actually see anything here, because there are so many amazing events here in Frederick. I am telling you, we have a great community that puts on a lot of amazing events, and it's impossible to get around to them all. So you're going to have to use this agenda to pick and choose. But if you've got people visiting from out of town, it's a great resource for you. Or just send them the link and say, pick what you'd like to do, because they can read through everything. Okay, like I've said every single day, the programming at Frederick County Public Libraries is unbelievable, second to none, all free. And they have a ton for the summer. So if you haven't taken advantage of the Frederick County Public Libraries. To be honest, if I was a mom, well, I am a mom, but if I had little kids again, I would just be traveling to every single library in our county, because the programming is so great, and they're all different a little bit, so you can check that out. All right, there is today, Thursday, of course. It is Thursday. It is a Live at 5 day. Today, Ryan Watkins, a jazz band, is playing at Alive at 5. Hopefully the weather holds for Alive at 5 this evening. 5 p.m. the gates open, $6 cover. You have to be 21 and up to go into Alive at 5. If you've got young ones, sit over on the library side on that little hill. Bring a blanket or some chairs. Enjoy the music. People watching. Be a ton of fun. It's also 10th Ward's 8-year anniversary week. So tonight, they are also having live jazz. Is today National Jazz Day? I don't know. Monocacy Jazz Trio is playing at 10th Ward, located right across from Sieber Arts Library, actually, on Patrick Street. You can check that out and celebrate 10th Ward's 8th anniversary. We love Monica and the team over there, and they make some delicious cocktails, I gotta say. All right, tomorrow, as Chris was saying, it is the Touch a Truck event happening at Adventure Park USA, which is in Monrovia, 3 to 7 p.m. This is a free event, so if you have a kid who loves big vehicles, head out to Adventure Park. They have emergency vehicles, tractors, construction vehicles, and more. Military vehicles. It's going to be a great event. Free, 3 to 7, tomorrow afternoon at Adventure Park. And I'll stop by there probably around 4:30 because I have an appointment. So, and then you've got Saturday. You've got the Reggae Wine and Music Festival at that's Linganore Wine Cellars as well. That's a big event, and I didn't double check if there were still tickets available. So if you want to go, you better check to make sure there are tickets still available. This used to sell out all the time, so I would not be surprised if it was sold out again. And how about taking the family on the Maryland double-decker? It is so fun to sit out in that open air and they have a great tour that goes on. They also offer history tours. This one I think is just for fun, stops at Baker Park, and the kids will really, really enjoy it. Frederick County Animal Control's Summer Splash is tomorrow. You can go see adoptable dogs playing in the yard with splash pads and sprinklers and little pools, and apparently Bethany told me some of them are going to be donning their swimsuits, which will be absolutely adorable. So if your family is thinking about adopting a dog, why don't you head over there from 11 to 2 on Rosemont Avenue at Frederick County Animal Control. You can go check that out as well. And Chris was mentioning Veterans Appreciation Day and then Frederick County Government Building, which is that old United Healthcare State Farm building off 15 Himes Road. You can go there. And let's see what else. You can go to, let's see, on Sunday. Saturday, and Sunday. The all-you-can-pick sunflower event at Valley View Farm in Middletown. I am definitely going to take Mama Cone there. I love sunflowers. They're so gorgeous. I had them in my flower arrangements for my wedding, and I love them. Can't get enough of them. It's all you can pick. Cash only. I think it's $10, and I'm going to go check that out. So I've never been, and I've seen lots of photos of people in sunflower fields, and I want to get a photo of Mama Cone and I in a sunflower field. So we are going to be there at some point tomorrow or Sunday. And then let's see, coming Monday, I've also added, if you're a local business owner, if you're a chamber member or want to be, I've added a bunch of classes and stuff on offer from the Frederick Chamber. A lot of these you don't even have to be a member of the chamber to join, so you can check them out on Monday at 9 a.m. There is a virtual event, Leadership Techniques, which is kind of cool if you want to check that out. And then also just want you to save the room on your calendar, July 31st at 4:30. You want to head to Frederick Social for an event with the producers and actors from Boomtown. Frederick Social has been donating to, or will donate, proceeds from the sales for the entire month to the movie project. They are still in the fundraising stage. There have been some very generous local donors. They do still need some money to help get this finished, but it's very cool. And if you want to be involved, August 10th, they are currently looking for actors, singers, and extras from the African American community for August 10th from 10 to 2 at Asbury United Methodist Church for Boomtown. Oh, reminder, also tomorrow, there is the block party from Asbury United Methodist Church on East All Saints Street. And you can head there, or West All Saints. I think that, oh my gosh, I'm getting my East and West mixed up. But the block party is West All Saints Street, West All Saints. Face painting, crafts and games, balloon art, free food, giveaways, vendors from around the community. Tons of entertainment and health screenings available 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Saturday. I think I'm talking to Nina Rollins today, and I will stream that tomorrow for you with all the details. This is a huge event. There are a ton of vendors. It's like a little mini in the streets now. It's just on West All Saints, though, but tons of activities. Completely free day, so you can check that out on Saturday as well. And then also, of course, the Climbing for a Cause, August 17th, Blue Crabs and Blueprints on August 24th. So your calendar, my friends, should be full. Your dance card is full, and if you are looking for fun stuff to do, go to the Everything Frederick calendar at promocircus.com. And if you have an event that you would like included on the calendar, just email it, everythingfredericklive gmail.com. All right, one more quick break, then we are back to take a trip to the beach and to check out some adorable dogs and learn more about Warrior Canine Companions. And that is coming up right after this.
All-in-One Events is Frederick's #1 source for event rentals and entertainment. Please visit us on the web at www.aioeventgroup.com or call 1-888-727-8902 for more information.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's the one to get you there. Homes and dreams are perfect, yeah. Shining flattery beyond compare.
The Crab Shop is open. Join Habitat for Humanity of Frederick County, Maryland for the 9th annual Blue Crabs and Blueprints celebration on Saturday, August 24th at the Walkersville Carnival Grounds. This family-friendly day includes crabs from JB Seafood, food trucks, live music, and yard games. This fun-filled day supports Habitat's home repair and home build programs, making a difference year-round right here in Frederick County. Crabs must be pre-ordered by August 19th, so don't delay. Get your crabs now for this Maryland-style crab feed.
And of course, A&S Construction, a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business, and it's right here in Frederick. Now, they do service the whole region, so if you're not right in Frederick, don't worry. They'll still come out and give you a quote on your roofing and siding, or they can handle your windows and gutters and even maybe build you a patio or deck. They have done all of that. Remember, Robin from Hidden Hills said they built her a huge pavilion, which is awesome. So if you have a job you need done, call A&S Construction, 301-703-2157, or email info@ansconstruction.net. Remember, Good Morning Frederick viewers get $750 off any roof or siding replacement, or $50 off any roof repairs. And to be honest, Sandra is awesome. I bet if you're maybe getting a deck built or a patio built, she may even extend a special offer to you for that. I bet. It might not be $750, but I bet she will. If you say, hey, I saw you on Good Morning Frederick, and I'd really like a patio or a new deck, and, can I get any Good Morning Frederick discounts? I bet she would say yes, because she is awesome. All right, let's talk about who is doing good in our neighborhood. Doing good in the neighborhood today is sponsored by Candles by B&L, specializing in handcrafted soy wax scented candles. They use the finest ingredients and they're gorgeous. She does a lot of really great stuff. Now, if you've been to the Home of Everything Frederick recently, you will see these beautiful baskets filled with what looks like a bouquet of flowers, but they are candles, each individual. You take each one out individually and you burn it, but together they make just such a gorgeous gift. If you're looking for a housewarming gift, or maybe you're going somewhere and you want to take something interesting and locally made, handcrafted, come to the Home of Everything Frederick and pick up your basket full of candle flowers from Candles by B&L. It's a woman-owned, minority-owned, veteran-owned business. Boy, trifecta right there. At Candles by B&L, the goal is to light up your mood one candle at a time. Check out Candles by B&L. All right, Darrell has the toughest job I've ever seen at a nonprofit. I meet him and chat with Mar about this organization giving back to veterans and their families and warning they need puppy parents to volunteer. And I tell you, how you don't walk out with an armful of pups, I have no idea. But check out Warrior Canine Connection. I'm here with Mar. We are at the Warrior Canine Connection, WCC, at the Veteran Service Center, right on Democracy Boulevard. You were telling me that WCC has been established since 2008. and only up here since the opening of this, or you guys were in Frederick before?
We have provided programming to Frederick County veterans at our headquarters in Boyds, Maryland.
Right.
But this is the first time we've been able to have a home here in Frederick County.
Yes. You specialize, and I'm going to show you this guy right here. He snuck right. Look at Carol, so good. He's so good. Okay, so you guys, your primary job is raising dogs. Are they all like golden? Is that
We have
being a lab?
labs, golden retrievers, and sometimes mixes of the two.
Okay.
Most of the time, our dogs will be yellow or black Labrador retrievers.
Okay.
We also do have some of our dogs out there that are a unique coloring. They're black and tan labs. Yeah.
Is there any particular thought process behind that, or
No, that's just a unique gene, you know, and our dogs happen to carry it, so we got some fun colors out
that's
there.
really cool.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
really
but they're mostly labs.
Yeah, so since 2008, WCC actually controls all. You guys don't get dogs from somewhere else. It's all kind of part of the process.
Yeah, we have our own breeding program. Our breeding program, you know, is a part of an overarching accreditation program through Assistance Dogs International. So we are able to kind of share a little bit of our genetic variety with other service dog organizations. So many other service dog programs you'll hear of are also, you know, of similar genetic backgrounds as our dogs, so that we can all have that good variety.
Yeah, and the purpose of Warrior Canine Connection at its core is?
So we provide service dogs to veterans at no charge to them, but the real meat of our mission is that we are engaging veterans, active duty service members, and their families in the training of the dogs for other veterans. So that's called mission-based trauma recovery, and that's really the core of our mission, is to be able to enlist all those folks in the military population in giving back to others in their community by helping us train them.
Very cool. So they come to you, you train them, and then they and their families train the dogs to give to another veteran who might need.
Yeah, that program, it typically consists of them coming and working with myself or one of my colleagues for an hour once a week for 8 weeks, and we follow an awesome curriculum that will, you know, help the dogs learn what they need to learn to be the best service dogs they can. But all the things that we practice in those curriculum are also like really nice life skills that can be very helpful for folks who are, you know, whether they're discharging from the military, an active duty military family. We can all use some extra practice in emotional regulation, mindfulness, patience, you know, all great life skills for the people to take away.
Training course, to be honest. So how does a military family who sees this, who says, hey, I want to do that, what is their next step?
Yeah, so it depends a little bit about which piece they want to get involved with. So best place to go for all of the information would be our website, warriorcanineconnection.org. If folks are specifically interested in getting involved in that veteran training program, that 8-week program with me, emailing mbtr@warriorcanineconnection.org. That goes right to me, and I can get folks set up either training with me here at the VSC in Frederick or over at our headquarters in Boyds. We also have programming in Northern Virginia as well, you know, so there's a lot in this DMV area we can offer to folks depending on where they're coming from.
How many dogs do you guys typically kind of have out in service?
So
I don't know, microchipping, you can follow them everywhere.
Yeah, so we do continue to follow them all throughout their careers and such. But at any given time, there's typically somewhere between like 100, 150 active out there, you know, in various capacities. We do have a little over 100 graduate teams consistently out there working now as well. So the graduate teams are folks who have, well, dogs who have already gone through the program and then been matched with a person, and they are a working service animal, or they might be, you know, providing another service to the military community out there.
Sure. How can the Frederick community support Warrior Canine Connection?
So the big thing that we need a ton of support with at the moment, especially here in Frederick County, is that volunteer puppy parenting program. So what a puppy parent does is they take a pup at 8 weeks old typically, sometimes a little bit older depending on that person's needs. If, say, they have a workplace where the pup has to be 6 months before they could enter, something like that. But they are committed to taking those pups from a very young age and raising them up to about 18 months of age. And then the dogs will go on to professional training with our professional trainers in Boyd's, and they'll go on and be placed with their veterans. But that puppy parenting program requires folks to come to a weekly training class. Now that we have this satellite office here at the VSC, we are able to do classes here in Frederick. So we either have classes just right here in this building, or we might have classes at other places in the community if the dogs are going and working on a public outing socialization. So Lowe's, PetSmart, things like that.
Exactly.
Might be folks who they are getting their feet wet with dog ownership. They want to learn some good skills, from professionals. Sometimes folks want to just be giving back, to members of our military. It's of course an incredible way to provide that service. And then sometimes it might be something that is just someone in the household's really interested in learning more about, right? And getting involved with training and things like that.
Yeah, I think that's really great, because in the give back part, I know there's a lot of people who just want to help somehow.
Yeah.
And how many does it matter? Well, I guess however many foster families you get, I'm assuming it means that's how many dogs that you're able to do, or there's
we actually have more dogs than folks available to raise them pretty consistently.
Okay.
So I mentioned that we are a part of an accreditation program, Assistance Dogs International. It's, we would prefer to be able to keep all of the pups here on Warrior Canine Connections turf. But, sometimes if we have to share pups with other organizations, things like that, that's always an option that we can, discuss amongst organizations.
And for veterans how do they qualify to be the receiver of one of these?
Yeah, so we have 2 different types of placements that a veteran could get a dog with. That's our service dogs. That's what most people think of, when they think about a working assistance animal. That would be a dog paired with a veteran who is formally discharged from the military. Folks just want to go on the website, fill out our initial inquiry form. That's the best place to start, because then our client services team is able to work with that veteran on their individual needs and make sure that we're going to be a good fit for them. The types of dogs that we provide is going to be a good fit for what they need, before we go through that more lengthy application process there. And then we also have military family support dogs. Those are dogs who they are very similar to the service dogs in the skills they know, but those dogs don't have public access. They're not covered under the Americans with Disabilities Act. They will be just more of an at-home companion for a veteran or whole military family. That's where that name comes from, because they're not specifically serving one individual with a disability out in public. We can pair them with, a child in an active duty family. Of course, there's parents facilitating the relationship and such, but that child in that family can be the primary focus of the dog in those situations.
Oh, that's great. That's really great.
Just last summer, we started over at Jessup Correctional Institution, and we are working with a group of incarcerated veterans over there. We have trainers who go out each week to work with those folks on, polishing up their handling skills while they, when we're not there, work with the dogs over at JCI throughout the week.
Yeah, and that's wonderful. I mean, I think, again, no matter, and caring for an animal, caring for anything else, it gives you that drive to want to, get through the day.
Absolutely.
Be the best you can be, and hopefully it's helping both the incarcerated veteran and the dog
Yeah,
themselves.
definitely.
So that's wonderful. If there was one thing you'd want people of Frederick to know about WCC, what would it be?
I think I would want people to know that if they get involved with volunteering with WCC, they are not just volunteering their services somewhere, but they're able to enlist themselves in a really wonderful community. We've got a really, really great group of volunteers, both civilian volunteer, veteran volunteers, and everybody just has that heart of our mission, of wanting to see these dogs to be able to serve our nation's veterans. That's just really what's at the heart for everyone. And that community is just a really great place for people to be able to come together with that, shared mission.
And reach out with more questions or contact you for some training. And I don't think you can bring your own dog here, even though I've tried.
Yeah, not so much.
I can tell you. So that's all on me for sure, not on the dog. But we love what you guys do here. And I really hope that we can support you anytime you guys need. If there's
thank
anything
you.
we do, we're here for you. All right, thank you so much. We'll see you guys next time. Still at WCC, I just met Faith, a teenager, and you go to
Oakdale High School.
Oakdale High School, that's awesome. Who is a volunteer. So you've been coming here
Since December.
December. What motivated you the first time to say, hey, I want to do this?
I love animals and I love working, and I was looking into service dogs and everything. I loved how much they were trained and helped people, and I wanted to take my part in helping train them.
Yeah, and that's very cool. Now, I think Mayor told me you're somebody in your family was a service member?
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool. And so you guys are actually now going to give back to another service member, right?
Yeah.
So what do you love about coming weekly?
I love the dogs, obviously.
Yeah.
I love their little quirks, and I love seeing all the different trainings and how much they know, how much they need to know, and everything.
They're pretty daggone smart.
Yeah.
While you were out, Darrell actually listened to me. My own dog doesn't listen to me, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do you have a dog of your own before all this?
No.
No, you've never had a dog. So this is like I'm
Yeah.
a puppy.
Okay.
Mom and dad.
I always look forward to
but
this.
You got it. Yeah. All right. So you just started fostering.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And so how? You 2 weeks in.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't run away with the pup yet?
No, I
okay.
love it.
We shouldn't do that. What's the pup's name?
Landry.
Oh, Landry, I love it already. All right, so how has that been?
Lovely. I love him. He's so cute.
Yeah. Does he cry a lot though?
Surprisingly.
Darn it, I'm trying to make it like it's not going to be fun, but it's going to be great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's really smart, I bet.
Yeah.
Has he already learned some cool stuff?
Yeah.
How do you think you're going to be in 18 months when he's got to come back and go to a service member?
I think I'll be happy for him that he found someone.
Yeah, I think
and helping
that's pretty
out,
cool
definitely.
too. And you'll probably get another puppy after that, won't you?
Yeah.
Because you got a couple more years till you graduate, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to be here for a little longer, I think, and that would be pretty cool.
Listen.
If there was one thing you'd want people of Frederick to know about this organization or being involved, what would you want them to know?
It's a great organization and it's super fun. I definitely recommend it. And it's a lot of fun learning all about the service dogs and veterans and helping out.
Yeah, I think she summed it up perfectly. We want to thank Faith and all the volunteers who support our service members and WCC. And again, we'll make sure everything is on screen. So if you're interested in doing this too, you can. They got plenty of room, plenty of pups, and they need more families just like Faith's. All right, want to thank them. Oh my gosh, seriously. Thank goodness those puppies weren't at WCC when I was there, because I would have slipped one in my bag. I think of that scene in Bridesmaids. 7. I took 7. That's the way I would be. My husband would kill me. And so would my dog and my daughter's cat here at the house. Anyway, check out Warrior Canine Connection, though. Maybe you can foster or just support the organization so they can continue doing their great work. And speaking of great work, let's talk about who is making our economy great here in Frederick with Market Makers. Market Makers is sponsored by CK Nails, your full-service nail and spa salon. They got manicures, pedicures, facials, eyelash extensions, and more. Go to cknailsfrederick.com where you can get pricing, book your appointment, and see their full list of services. cknailsfrederick.com. Andrew and his dad, David, along with Andrew's Aunt Diane, have invested in their future, and boy, does the future look bright and sunny. It's on a beach, which can't get any better. They invite you to visit their beach property in the 4x4 beach of Corolla, North Carolina. Let's chat with them and escape to the beach for a few. We're heading to the Salty Seahorse.
At the home of everything, Frederick, I'm getting a visit from David and Andrew. Yes, they have a property on the 4x4 beach in Corolla. Recent investment, and it is up for rent. And I know a lot of you love to go down to North Carolina. So you guys are from Frederick.
Yeah.
And you grew up here. You work at Fort Detrick now. Your dad's retired, semi-retired, but you guys purchased a beautiful house as an investment.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we went down there and fell in love with the area and decided to purchase it and share it with
very nice. But tell me, like, what made you fall in love with it's Corolla, right? Corolla, North Carolina.
So the first year we went down, you drive on pavement and then pop over the hill and the beach is right there. Coming in, the sand, and so you actually drive on the beach to get to the house.
Do you need a four-wheel drive?
Yeah.
Holy cow. Did you have one at the time?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. That's good news. Didn't drive over in your sedan and get stuck or anything. Okay, great.
And then it's very peaceful, quiet, also family friendly. But
Yeah. And I know we chatted before I started recording that, your family would go to Ocean City.
Yes.
To rent a house in Ocean City, first of all, is so expensive. And it's 3.5 hours to get there from here. And Corolla's only what, like 5? 5.5. Okay. 5.5. And so just for a little bit of extra distance, then you're not spending $1 bazillion on food and all of that other stuff when you can take all your own stuff down there.
Right. And also the space.
Yeah.
So like the closest person that's next to you, probably 100 to 200 feet.
No.
You have tons of space to park your vehicle, and you can park right on the beach.
Okay.
You don't have to lug your coolers or your umbrella. You just put them in the truck, park right on the beach, and you're good to go.
Yeah. So how far is the property from the beach itself?
It's about a 2 to 4 minute drive.
Okay.
This back sand road.
Okay. Yeah. But that's, again, when you're driving right up to your space. So you can... Is there any beachfront property there?
There are.
Yeah.
Not directly on the beach, but they still have to do some walking.
Right. I get it. But so do you guys have a special section of the beach that your guests go to, or they can go anywhere?
They can go anywhere.
Okay.
So with the rental, we provide 2 beach parking passes, and they can hang on their vehicle. And you can go up and down however far you want to go and park wherever.
Okay, very cool. What's the best feature you think of the house?
The best feature of the house is, in my opinion, the hot tub.
Okay, very nice. So you have a hot tub.
And the pool.
Yeah. Well, that right there sells me, because when I go to the beach anymore, I don't like what's in the ocean. I like keeping my toes maybe in the water, but the pool would be my favorite thing.
Yeah.
So you guys rent this out, and you rent direct, right? So do you utilize any third party?
So we do have our listing on Vrbo.
Okay.
But in our experience, Vrbo charges about $1,000 more than what we charge now for all their fees. But we do have our own website where it's easy to book.
Yeah.
And you avoid all those fees.
Yeah, I love that.
And then you can also, if you have a question or anything, communicate with us directly.
Yeah.
All of our phone numbers, our cell phone numbers are on there.
Nice.
So, and I'm always available.
Yeah. So you guys manage this directly as well to help keep costs down, which is excellent for families. 18 people. I mean, for some, that could be like 3 or 4 families. For you guys, it's just one, and kind of even more so. You got people coming in and out over a couple-week period. But I think it's really awesome as an investment, again, because I know a lot of people love to go to North Carolina. What do you find is the biggest challenge in having a property like this?
In the beginning, getting it together, getting it started up, making sure everything is running smoothly. And so, but that's also one of the greatest rewards, in my opinion, is because you can manage it yourself. Yeah. Nobody will manage it like yourself. And so that's one of the reasons we decided not to go with the management company, is because if a guest has a problem, we will fix it.
Yeah.
And we will ensure that it's clean, comfortable, and other companies may not do that.
Right. Well, you just never know, right? You're kind of leaving your reputation in the hands of somebody else and paying a big expense for it. So we need you to retire one day and be able to enjoy the time. All right. So this house is available. Do you have many dates open?
We only have one more week in July left, and then 2 weeks in August. We did open up our calendars for next year. Summer. Our peak season is around May and runs until October.
Right. I was just going to say, so September, October dates, do you have any available?
Yep.
Yeah, that would be the time I'd like to go.
Yeah, that's a lot of people like.
Yeah, it's not too hot. It's still nice. Gets crispy at night. I like that. Yeah.
And you get a little bit off season weight.
Yeah, right. You're not in peak. Yeah, so if you're looking for a place to go on vacation, and the other thing I love about it is when you're at a house like this, it's all about family, right? You're not distracted by a lot of these other things. You kind of bring your own entertainment. Yeah. What types of things do you guys have available at the house for guests to utilize?
One of the things we also have a canal behind the house.
Oh, nice.
Fishing. The last guest caught a cute catfish.
Wow.
And we also have a kayak they can launch from the dock.
Yeah.
And in the inside we have a movie room with a popcorn maker.
I love popcorn.
You're into making your own popcorn.
Yeah.
I like to, and add all the seasonings and make it homemade.
Yeah, I like
so we have that. We have TV upstairs and downstairs, the hot tub, the pool, and the private dock is there.
Yes, I would imagine so. And I think, if people come prepared, they're going to have a great time.
Well, all of our guests, actually. I don't hear from them the whole trip.
Oh, well, that's good. That's actually very good, to be honest. That's
yes.
Those are the best guests.
Yeah.
Come in and go, and you never know that they were there.
Yes. Yeah. And then I would say about 80% message back and say, hey, we had a great time, fantastic time. And we reach out to them also, and of course, make sure that they did have a good time.
Yeah.
The other 20%, they just don't respond. But
yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
People are busy.
Yeah, of course. Excellent. All right. The Salty Seahorse in Corolla, North Carolina. We'll make sure you have the links to it. If you're looking for a place to vacation, still dates this summer that are available. Yeah. And, of course, the fall and now 2025 summer. So if you want to get on the jump, get the dates that you want, you can go visit that. What a great time to have a family vacation in Corolla, North Carolina. Be sure to get your 4x4, though. You don't want to scoot up there in a car that you can't get there. Do people have to rent them to get? Because I don't own a 4x4. Do you know what they do?
Normally most people get by with a SUV that's a 4x4.
Oh, right. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But some guests do rent. And there's a Jeep rental company down there.
Of course.
Don't know how much.
Yeah, I was going to say it'd be kind of pricey. But yeah, make sure you have a vehicle that you can get onto the beach with. All right. We appreciate these guys, Andrew and David, for joining us. And we will see you guys next time.
How great does that look? I need a vacation. Yeah, it'd be a great place to visit. All right, 1 minute. Just gonna ask for a shameless plug for votes. Never been nominated before. We're in 2 categories. I think you have until the 20th, which is Saturday, to complete voting. So if you go to that, you can either look up SAS Choice Awards, or that bit.ly, bit.ly. It is case sensitive. So uppercase SAS, uppercase B, best, uppercase P podcast. SAS best podcast. And look, I think the woman-owned business, there are a ton of great businesses that are nominated there. So I would love to win Best Podcast, though. Considering we just started in April, I think it's pretty awesome even just to be nominated. So I appreciate you all. And you will see both Everything Frederick Live, I think, and Good Morning Frederick are listed. I've asked them to combine those because that is really one and the same right now. But if you can vote before Saturday, I would so appreciate it. All right, coming up on tomorrow's show, Stacy Reno is a real estate agent dedicated to helping people downsize, and she can handle every single detail for you. Plus, she teaches a class at FCC about it. Wow. And you'll meet Gary Morton, a former Frederick County Sheriff's Deputy for 35 years, and he's born and raised right here in Frederick, right on 3rd Street, I think he said. So pretty cool. We'll chat with him as well tomorrow. A reminder, we got the Good Morning Frederick podcast. So if you're listening to a podcast or it's easier to check out the podcast, you can find it anywhere you get your podcasts, or if you go to promocircus.com, you can find the podcast there so that you can listen. And we're on all the socials, so when you have a minute, search, follow, subscribe, like, comment. All of that helps to bring more awareness to all the advertisers, or the people, well, the advertisers too. Advertisers and sponsors, of course, I wouldn't be here without them. But certainly all of our local businesses and nonprofits get more exposure when you even simply go on and comment and say, hey, or this is great, or good morning. So I so appreciate when you guys do that, or even just like it, because the more engagement we get, the more that they think we're doing great stuff. And I think we're doing pretty great stuff because we're a great town and I have some great support. And speaking of great, get out there, have an awesome Thursday, and let's be great, Frederick.
From downtown